Draft season is always a very busy and active time for NFL front offices. Brian Gutekunst and all the men wearing Green Bay Packer ties are getting ready for the upcoming NFL draft to pick the best players of the 2020 class to become the newest members of the Green Bay Packers. Could it be possible that LSU's Justin Jefferson drops to the Packers? What say you? I say anything can happen. Are you ready for the NFL Draft, Packer Nation? Well, get ready, because here is my first Packers 7-round mock draft. Starting off at pick 30 overall in the first round, Justin Jefferson out of LSU drops to the Green Bay Packers, and they take him. Here is why the Packers are going to take Justin Jefferson if he's available. First of all, he meets the height credentials. He is 6'3". A lot of the Packers receivers are about 6'2" or taller. I believe that he has all the tools for what it takes in the NFL to succeed at this level. He can play inside, he can play outside. He'll probably be the first receiver since Randall to have that quick twitchiness inside that we have sorely lacked for the last couple of years. In the second round at 62nd overall, the Green Bay Packers get their starting inside linebacker with Oregon's Troy Dye. This is the exactly type of linebacker that the Packers have sorely lacked for quite some time. Is a rangy, athletic, sideline-to-sideline speed guy that is pretty well versed in coverage, can be used on blitzes, can play very well in zone, good tackler. But I guess you could say that Blake Martinez was a good tackler. But I'm talking about a very well-balanced, all-around type of linebacker. I believe that Troy Dye, once he's ready, he can probably be that guy for the Packers. And in the third round, 94th overall, the Packers are going to get a massive steal here and take Auburn's defensive end, Marlon Davidson. Davidson fills a pretty big hole, an underrated hole, at the right defensive end position, which is where we were extremely weak in. Tyler Lancaster, unfortunately, is just not the guy to start at the right defensive end for this upcoming season. We were unfortunately gashed in the run game and a little bit exposed in the interior as far as getting some good consistent pass rush. Marlon Davidson very well could be the answer. He is by far from perfect, but I believe his pros outweigh his cons. Let's just say that I'm just hoping for an upgrade in this upcoming 2020 draft. At 136th overall, the Packers are also going to get another big steal here in the fourth round, and they were going to take Washington's offensive tackle Trey Adams. Trey, as you can see here, for the cons, he has some durability concerns and a lengthy injury history, which is what could cause him to be pushed down from as a day 2 prospect to possibly a day 3 prospect. There are certainly a lot of raw factors to him, so it may take some time for him to develop into a potentially starting offensive tackle, either at the left side or the right. He can definitely play at the left and the right. He has the feet. He has good balance and posture. Really wicked quick off the snap. He's a good run blocker. Can work very well downfield. He's just quick to get to the linebackers and shoot up the gaps and go in and block. And as a plus, he works very well in space, and that is something that is needed in terms of being able to use our running backs in outside zone. In the fifth round, the Packers are going to jump a little bit. They're going to move up with the Dallas Cowboys to take the 164th overall pick in the fifth round to take this cornerback out of Pittsburgh, Dane Jackson. This guy would probably be taken mostly for a depth corner. We possibly may be losing Tramon Williams to free agency, so it may not be a bad idea to pick up a new corner in the draft, outside of a few things like getting a little bit grabby and having his back to the ball when the ball is in the air and the below average speed. I really like Dane Jackson, what he brings in terms of his skill set and the pros that he has. He's a very highly competitive player. He is tenacious, nasty, very much like Jair Alexander. He is confident, poised, cool. He has great ball skills, very fluid mover. He is both good in man and zone coverage, can play inside, can play outside, and best of all, he is a very good quality tackler. Something that is now a must in today's modern NFL is having good corners that can tackle. Coming up into the 6th round at 192 overall, the Green Bay Packers are going to get their quarterback, James Morgan out of Florida International. He is a pro-style quarterback, has operated in a pro-style type of offense at Florida International. He has most of the tools in what you want for a quarterback: good arm, tough player. He can make all the throws, he can fit the ball into tight windows, has good poise in the pocket. He can throw with anticipation, but there are some concerns. One of the things is his really weird release, something that's similar that Aaron Rodgers was plagued with during his first couple of seasons as a football player, but some coaching up was very, very helpful, and now his release is as great as ever. He has some inconsistent footwork and ball placement. He needs to be able to work through his progressions better, as that is something that is always a little bit of something with rookie quarterbacks coming out, especially if you play in a very simplified offense and lacks some pocket mobility. But with Aaron Rodgers' coach being there, maybe he can help him out with his mobility in the pocket, as Aaron Rodgers is very mobile in the pocket. And with the 6th round pick, 209 overall, the Packers take Darion Daniels, nose tackle out of Nebraska. What can I say about this guy? He is very well experienced in college. He was actually a 4-year starter at Oklahoma State before transferring over to Nebraska to play his last season out, a 5th-year senior, if you will. The pros are that he is super quick off the snap, is very experienced at the nose tackle position, playing at the 1 and 0 tech, has good strength, has a good motor. That is something that is very much gets in the qualities of a Packer player, is high motor. So he may only just be more of a rotational guy to start out, and then maybe you see how things go from there. Maybe he can get developed by Jerry Montgomery and the guys, and he could possibly be a future starting nose tackle if need be. But the reason why I decided to go with 2 defensive linemen here is because there are few guys that are heading for free agency. Kenny Clark, if he's not re-signed, his contract will be up after the 2020 season. Tyler Lancaster only signed a 1-year tender, and Montravius Adams, the backup defensive end, is also coming up on a contract. So if we decide not to sign Adams back, we have some depth here. And with the last pick in the 7th round, 236th overall, Packers take Carter Coughlin, outside linebacker out of Minnesota. I know what you're saying, Minnesota Gopher? Nuh-uh. We don't want nothing to do with Minnesota. No Minnesota Gopher here. But hear me out, you guys. Hear me out. This could be a potential sleeper here. As a pass rushing outside linebacker here. The first reason why I'm saying that we could take a pass rusher is because we lost Kyler Fackrell to free agency, so now we are quite thin at outside linebacker. The things that I really like about Coughlin is his wicked first step. His first step quickness is great. He has good awareness, good football IQ, really fast, good straight line speed, good high motor that fits the Packers, what we are about. He can convert speed to power. The cons are is that he is probably a little bit undersized in terms of being an edge defender. He can struggle to break free from blocks at times. The play strength is probably not quite there, which is probably why he is a day 3 late round prospect. Super raw, does need to get stronger for the NFL, and he definitely could work on his hand usage for leverage. So that's going to do it for my first 2027 round mock draft for the Green Bay Packers. Let me know what you think of this first mock draft in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to, you can go ahead and check out my regular mock draft. I'll catch you guys later. Go Pack Go.